Factors that change supply. You will be completing pages 5, 6, and 7. You can answer on the 4th and 5th slide. Please remember that all answers are from the worksheet and/or the PowerPoint. I will read the paragraphs and the questions. Important factors that change supply. Supply curve shift. Price is not the only factor that influences the amount of a good that a producer is willing to make. There are several other factors that change how much of a good a business will supply. The cost of production. The cost of production of a good is one of the most important things that can affect supply. The cost of production is how much it costs to make something. When it costs more to make a good. If the cost of any resource that it takes to make a good, such as labor or materials, increase, then it will cost the business more to produce it. When it costs a business more to make a good, its profits decrease. This decrease in profits causes the business to make less of the good, leading to a decrease in supply. Hence, anytime the cost of a production of a good increases, a business will most often decide to decrease the supply. When it costs less to make a good. Sometimes the cost of production of a good can decrease or become cheaper. If it costs less to make something, then a business will want to make more of that good. Often, a lower cost to make something means bigger profits, and as we have learned, the potential of making more profit encourages a producer to increase supply. Use those 4 paragraphs to answer numbers 1 through 7. Remember, you can pause and restart the recording at any time. Number 1, besides price, what is one of the most important factors that can affect supply? 2, what does the cost of production mean? 3, what does an increase in the cost of production do to profits? 4, a decrease in profit will lead a business to do what with the supply? 5, an increase in the cost of production of a good will lead a business to do what with supply? 6, what does a lower cost to make a good mean for a business? 7, what will decrease in the cost of production cause a business to do with supply? I'm going to read that again. 7, what will a decrease in the cost of production cause a business to do with supply? Another factor is new technology. The introduction of new technology can also affect the amount of supply a business will produce. The use of new technology will almost always lower the cost to make something. And as mentioned before, the lower the cost to make something, the bigger the profit will be for a business. As we already know, businesses love bigger profits. It is their incentive to increase supply. Tax and subsidies. If the government imposes a tax on a business, then it will increase the cost of production for them. And as we have learned, an increase in the cost to make something decreases profit for a business and leads them to decrease supply. Sometimes the government decides to provide a subsidy to a business. A subsidy is extra money or a grant given to a business. The subsidy serves as an incentive for the business to increase supply. Competition. Businesses compete with one another in the market. The number of businesses competing to make a type of good will affect the amount of a good supplied. More competition leads to an increase in supply. However, when there is less competition or no competition, there is a decrease in supply. Use these three paragraphs to answer numbers 8 through 16. 8. What does new technology almost always do? 9. If new technology lowers the cost of a good, what will occur with supply? 10. If the government taxes a business, what will happen with the business's cost to produce a good? 11. A tax on a business will cause what to supply? 12. What is a subsidy? 13. How does a subsidy affect supply? 14. When it comes to competition, the number of what will affect supply of a good. Number 15. What would more competition do to a supply? 16. What would less competition do to supply? So the information provided here has been put into a chart. Key factors that change supply and shift the supply curve line. On the left, in red, factors that cause a decrease in the supply line shifts to left. Cost of production increases, taxes, less competition. On the right, in green, factors that cause an increase in supply, line shifts to the right. Cost of production decreases, subsidies, more competition, new technology. Supply curve shift. One or more of the factors that change supply will cause the supply curve line to shift. If one of the factors causes an increase in supply, the supply curve will shift to the right. If there is a decrease in supply, the line will shift to the left. Here you see the chart labeled for the iPad supply curve. We have prices on the left, and in the bottom in the yellow, we have quantity supplied. Use this information to help you answer numbers 17 through 23. Please remember, you want to use the blue line for your primary amount of iPads supplied. 17. What do these important factors that can change supply cause the supply curve to do? 18. If there is an increase in supply, which direction does the supply curve shift? 19. If there is a decrease in supply, which direction does the supply curve shift? 20. If the cost of production increases, will there be a decrease or increase in supply? Part A, in which direction will the supply curve shift? 21. In which direction would higher taxes on a business cause the supply curve to shift? Part A, would there be a decrease or increase in supply? 22. In which direction would more competition shift the supply curve? 23. How would new technology for a business change supply and shift the supply curve?